Alright everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Liya Alopex by LaDo Toys. Now, I don't know exactly what she's from, but I thought she was a cool looking figure that I think would go well with the rest of my werewolves. So I thought I'd give her a chance. Now in this video I'm going to take a look at her in packaging, then I'm going to take a look at the figure and her accessories, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on her. So, without any further ado, roll that intro. Alright, so here she is in packaging. You got this like gray pattern packaging. You have a window where you can see the figure, but they have her covered in plastic bags and stuff, so you're not going to see her very well through here. But you can definitely see the character, some of her accessories. You get a picture of her over here in the corner. Around to this side here. You get a headshot of her, her name, and what looks to be a 16-bit version of her. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure where she comes from. I guess it must be some sort of video game or something. But like I said earlier, she's just a really cool character, and I think she'll go well with all my vampires. So you get a picture of the figure, all of her accessories, each of her different face sculpts, and a couple of QR codes. Come around to this side. Basically the same thing as the other side, but you have one of her alternate faces. Alright, have to spin this around this way. So you got her name, some stuff in Japanese, and then you got your legal underneath. So, all that being said, let's open her up and see what she's about. Okay, so here she is out of packaging. Now the first thing we're going to do with her is go through her points of articulation. So the head does move. Alright, got a shoulder joint here with a swivel, an elbow joint, and a wrist joint. I think that wrist moves. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, get these arms up. She has a joint right here underneath the breast. There is one at the hip. Not a lot of movement in there, but it is there. Alright, you got a thigh joint, a knee joint, alright, an ankle joint right there. And you do, I think you got a toe joint. Yeah, a toe joint. Not a lot of movement in that toe, but it is there. So she does have some pretty good points of articulation. And there is no swivel there. Alright. Yeah, there is a swivel there. It's just a little tight. Alright, so now that we've gone through her joints, let's get a good look at this character. So right off the cuff, I do like the head sculpt for her. I think it looks really cute. You also got little tufts of hair coming out of her ears. Alright. Matter of fact, it looks like the ears do move too. Give me a second and we'll take a look at that. Alright, back around to the front. So let's look at these ears. Yeah, you do get movement in the ears. That's pretty cool actually. So the ears move as well. Alright, and now you take a look at her body. Get this real nice white tuft that comes through her torso down to her thighs, which are pretty nice. I like the detailing in her belt. You know, all the little studs and everything. That looks really good. Come around to this side. Let's put this arm back up. Alright, it looks like she has like a pair of goggles or something holding her belt together. Alright. And she has some pretty nice detailing in the boots as well. You can see all the buckling and all. Bring the arm back down here. You got a little bit of detailing here in the wrist part. That looks really nice. Come around to the back. Not a lot going on there. You do have the hole for her tail. We'll get into that in the next segment. Alright. Then on this arm here, you can see some sort of, I guess that'd be like a bicep charm or something. and back around to the front. So she's a very well detailed figure. I do like all the detail on her. Okay, so now let's start taking a look at her accessories. So she does have an open hand here. All right, that's one. There should be two of those. No, she has this other open hand here. Oops. All right. She has this open hand as well. All right. She has this hand here. Looks like it can hold some of her tools. All right. She has two holding hands. Oh, man. Hands are too big for this. So you got this one here. And this one. All right. Let's see what else she got. She got two faces. Now the faces are pretty neat, okay? So here's the one face. Now when you swing it around to the back, you have these little nubs here. And that's so you can actually adjust the eyes. She has a little adjusting tool here. So as you can see the eyes there, bring it around. Take this little tool. And let's make her, oops. Let's make her look up. All right. So you can see now that this eye is more looking up. Let's make both eyes look up. Maybe not. All right, let's make her look down. That eye. So as you can see, you can kind of adjust the eyes how you want to. You can make them look up, down, cross-eyed, however you want to do it. Yeah. Center her back up again. And then back to center. So that's pretty cool that you could do that with her. I had another figure recently that I learned how to do this stuff with. So that's how I know how to do it. The same with this face. Whoops. It too also has the adjusting knobs on the back. Alright. Now she comes with a bunch of tools. So she comes with a pipe wrench. Alright. Wrench. An axe. I like the detail in that axe. If you look at the handle, you can see that the handle is two shades of brown. So you got a lighter brown and a darker brown. So it almost has that burnt wood look. Kind of like that. Alright. And she does come with a screwdriver, flathead. Alright. She also comes with a hammer. And a sword. Alright, it's a wooden sword too, so I guess it's like a training sword. Alright, and also she comes with a satchel to hold some of those tools in it as well. Alright, next up, she comes with a tail. Alright, it looks like this thing has a couple joints in it, so there's that joint there. And that other one isn't a joint. So it only has the one joint here. So it looks like that should be able to move. It just might be a little tight. But you have the tail here. She also has a couple spare wrist attachments. And last but not least, she also comes with a card with all her abilities, skills, and what have you. So, like I said, I'm guessing she's from some sort of game. I'm not 100% sure. So now that we looked at all that, let's start seeing how well all this works with her. So let's start with the faces. Usually with these Japanese characters, you can pull the hair off. The face just pops right out. Got the angry face. Alright, which ironically has blue eyes. So I guess when she's angry, she needs blue eyes opposed to her normal color eyes. So you have that face there. Alright. Kind of like that face the best, actually, so far. And then you have kind of more girlish, blushing face. Get the hair back on her. Which now looks all cross-eyed because I messed with the eyes. And I forgot to say, she also comes with this stand as well. So all the faces swap out very easily. No issues. Let's get this tail on her now. Let's see how easily this pops on her. Alright, so the tail went in very easily. No issues with the tail. Now the tail's a little heavy. And I noticed once I put it on her, she kind of leaned back a hair, but it doesn't mess up the character's ability to stand. So she still can stand forward. It's just the tail is just a hair heavy, but it still works. So now let's start getting into all our different hands. Alright. Alright. Let's start off with the open hand. Alright. That seemed to go on pretty well. Let's get this open hand in there. Okay, I had a minor issue getting that other hand off of there, but it's off. Let's put this one on. Uh-oh. Get in there. God, that's what I hate about these style wrists, is that sometimes they just want to move. It makes it hard to put them on. Oops. All right. All right, that's in there. And there we go. All right, so that hand now works. As you can see, the tail makes her go back just a hair. All right, come on. Stay still. So the two open hands work. No issues there. All right, now for the next set of hands, guess we'll do this one here. All right, that hand is on. This hand is giving me problems today. All right. Oh, man. So this ball joint keeps on popping out on this hand. Is what I'm running into an issue with. And I just got to pop it back in there every time. But boom, still works. So now you have these two open hands. They work just as well. No issues with them. And now we're going to start getting into the functional hands, which are the ones for the tools. One. All right. And two. Come on. There we go. Okay. So now the tool hands are on. So let's start going through these. But before we do, let's put our belt piece on. There's two little holes here. There's one here. And then there's one right back here. And this tool belt should hook into these two little holes. Alright, there's that side. Oops. Alright, that's that side. And this. Oops. Now, get in there. Get in your hole. There we go. Alright. Get her stand up a little bit better. So the tool belt fits on with no issues. So let's see how well all these tools work in our hands. Let's do the pipe wrench. Alright, and let's do the other wrench. We'll do wrenches first. Alright. So both tools fit well in our hands. No issues there. All right. Put this in the belt. All right, just like that. Put you in there as well. All right, just like that. All right, let's do the screwdriver and the axe next. All right, so there's the screwdriver and the axe. All right. Boom. The screwdriver and axe fits well in her hands. No issues with any of that. Put that little screwdriver in here. All right, maybe up front. Maybe the screwdriver is meant to go in this one. These look to be the two smaller ones. No, that falls right out of that one. I'm gonna say the screwdriver might go in the front. Now it's stuck in my thing. Alright, so screwdriver does not want to cooperate. It just wants to fall through. I'm going to just put it in that one, put the pipe wrench next to it. Alright, put the screwdriver in there. Put the axe in here. Maybe the axe will go in there because it looks like this other tool wants to fall out as well. Alright, so maybe put the two smaller tools in the front here. Alright, get her belt back into position here. Alright, so there's the tools on there. The two smaller tools. Whoops. Alright, stop leaning back. The two smaller tools are a little bit harder to fit in there. These two have holes in it, and the smaller tools will fall through there. So I'm guessing they're meant to go in the front. But that's her tool belt there. Next, let's see how the axe and sword works in her hands. Alright, there's the hammer and the sword. Alright. Oh, there goes the sword. Alright. Oh, stupid sword don't want to work today. Alright, there it goes. So, alright, so both the hammer and the sword fit as well in her hand, so everything seems to work pretty well with her. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with her. So all her joints move very well, no issues there. The eyes were a little tight to move, but once they broke free of the mold, they moved pretty well. I was actually, impressed that the ears move. I thought that was a cool little feature to add to her joints and all. All her accessories fit well on her. Didn't have any issues swapping out hands, faces, tools, and all. Though the wrist did give me a little bit of an issue, but I hate to say it, that's standard with a lot of these Japanese toys that have the peg that goes from the wrist into the hand. I've always had issues with that because sometimes that joint wants to move and it makes it a little bit of a bear to get that hand on. But once it's on, no issues there. And I do like the overall look to her. They definitely put some really good detail into this figure. So, would I recommend her? Yes, I would. I think she'd be a cool addition to either your fantasy genre figures or like what I'm going to do. I'm going to put her with the rest of my werewolves and so forth because I think she'd be a cool addition to them. But she definitely fits in with whatever kind of monster or, critter type characters you might have, or maybe fantasy characters or whatever. Like I said, she comes with a profile card, as you saw, with all her stats and all. So I'm assuming she is from a game, but still, even if you don't know about that game, she is overall a good figure, and I would recommend her. So with that being said, first thing I want to do is give a thanks to everybody who supports this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. Does a lot of things to help out the channel, and he's been a big supporter of the channel since the start. He also has his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday. So go ahead and check out his information in the description. Next is Action Figure Geeks. They're a Reddit channel that I'm part of. They also are a big supporter of the channel. Their info is there as well. The same as my good buddy Joe Goddard, who just started his own YouTube channel. Has been a longtime supporter of this channel. His info is there as well. And I want to give a big thank you to everybody who supports this channel. Everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, become members. Everyone who watches these videos all the way through is very much appreciated. Without all you guys, I couldn't do this. Plus, I'd ask everybody to check out some of my playlists and also my membership program and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.